Here, welcome back. So, the last video, the dragon, we fought him. He wrecked our shit, stole our heart, and he's basically like, "Come find me, son, if you want that back." Right here, you're gonna pick your class. Uh, the class you pick, you're not stuck with it. You can actually advance it. Each one of those three, fighter, strider, mage, they're all different. Obviously, fighter, short swords and shields, strider, bows and daggers, mage, magic. They're all different. But you can also advance your class. Advancing doesn't make your class better, it just changes its parameters a bit. Fighter advances to warrior, I believe, which you lose your shield, but you gain two-handed, different skills. Strider advances to the ranger, I believe. You're more of a long-range fighter. And the mage advances to the sorcerer, which is more of a heavy damage offensive spellcaster. I went with Strider. You can actually take your classes and hybrid them. Only the Arisen can do that, though. The character you play as, you can hybrid your classes. So the fighter and the mage hybrid becomes the Mystic Knight or the Magic Knight. I'm sorry if I get that wrong. Basically, like a Templar. The fighter and the strider becomes assassin, I believe, and the strider and the mage becomes a magic archer, which is what I'm intending to go for. Kind of appeals to me, the fact that you use magic and archery and daggers.
If you would face me. You are sure of this?
Yes.
Ill magic, the work of some curse. The whole world's already gone mad for fear of this dragon. Won't no good come of this? I must go see to the others, Kina. Tell me if aught changes
I'm not sure if these people here are related to you or not. She calls you cuz, but it could be in passing, not necessarily a term for a relative.
You should be abed. I wish you would not strain yourself so. I am worried for you, cuz.
Right there. I'm not sure if they're related to you or not. Like I said, I haven't got that far yet to find out exactly anything about this town, because in a minute we will be leaving it and going to the encampment. A lot of little tutorial boxes. I might eventually turn off some of those. They do repeat information. I don't mind them at first, but as they repeat information, it gets a little bit annoying. You know, if this game is anything like Dark Souls, Monster Hunter type of game, then it could probably get pretty complex. So you might want to go to the wiki, Google the wiki, look it up, and study up on how the game mechanics work. What the classes are, how the skills work, stuff like that. You don't want to just dive in and kind of... Like, you could, I guess, but I like to go in a little bit more prepared. I was not really prepared for this because I'd had the game 5 minutes when I started this. Right there is a pawn. The guys that you could summon in to be your party members. Not sure why he just pops up out of nowhere, but... And he has a similar scar to you. Not sure why his is on his hand, though. Whereas we lost our heart. What What the hell did he lose in his hand? That the dragon cut him there.
He's of the Pawn Legion. They come from some unknown place, just appear without a warning. They're a strange lot. Not human, quite. They look the part, sure enough, but they lack the will, the spark, what drives us. They have no capacity to feel nor act alone, so they live as sellswords. Myrmidons, they're called. There's an encampment west of the village where men gather to face the dragon. I'd wager a fair number of his kind will be there as well. Why don't you take him? Might be you learn aught of why he came to you in the first place.
Alright, so we're headed to the encampment. We got a little party member. Damn you, tutorial boxes. Get out of here. I think my intention there was to let you guys read them. Right here, I don't know why I decided what would happen if I picked him up. Well, that's what happens. You just carry him around. Come over encumbered, as you can see right there. I did not throw him. Kind of wish I had, but I didn't want to piss him off. I'm gonna leave the gate. This is an open world game. It's I don't want to compare it to Skyrim, but if you've played Skyrim and that is what open world means. You can go anywhere. It's not limiting you in one direction or one path. You're free to venture out and take quests at your leisure. Not necessarily at the beginning, as you can see here. I'll just focus on getting to the next quest there. Alright, this guy's being attacked by some goblins. There's little mechanics about how the bow works in the Strider class in general. Arrows seem pretty weak to me. I'm peppering that guy with arrows and I'm not seeming to do a whole lot of damage. So my mage buddy just blows him the hell up. Right there is if you hold R1, you can do a special move. And yeah, since I had fire daggers on, you just kind of spin around and just mess people up with your daggers there. Actually, as far as I can tell, it goes until you run out of stamina or you release square or whatever button you have assigned to.
That was far too close. I'm called Reynard, a traveling salesman, though those damnable beasts ruined my wares. But thanks to you, it was only wares I lost.
You're probably getting pretty annoyed by those. I'm getting annoyed just watching them. It wasn't really a problem last night because I was reading them, learning some stuff, but I think right here I was checking out the quest menu. It's pretty self-explanatory. Nothing really detailed there. Equipment behaves just like you'd expect it to. Your equipment does have a weight. It does have a level, which I'm not really sure about that yet. I guess you can upgrade it in some way. Equipping a cloak there gives me just a little bit more stat boost. You know, thought since I had it, why the hell not? Alright, gonna be moving on. It's a short run to the encampment. I was expecting it to be a much longer journey. I didn't really venture off into the woods too much. I've seen some videos of people playing in the woods. I think it was Xbox Live. Oh, OXM, that was right. Venturing off in the woods and getting destroyed by monsters in there if you're unprepared. Alright, so we're at the encampment. The encampment. Gonna get some buddies. Ooh.
I know the way, Master. Follow. It must be near.
Yes, lead the way. There's that stone, if you remember from the prologue, can summon in people. In a little bit, I'll be pulling my party member that I created in the demo out of there to help us. I believe it's after the next fight.
Well met, Arisen. Can you hear our voice? We speak to you from across great distance. The Pawn Legion has awaited you. Pray, forgive this strange and impersonal greeting. This rift serves as a gate. It connects our kind to your world. It opens to the Arisen, for they possess a will powerful enough to guide the Legion. If you would claim to be among the Arisen, prove the strength of your resolve. Very well. Then we shall guide you in your trial. If you are an Arisen in truth, this humble task will prove no obstacle. The Arisen must possess the valor to stand against all threats, and the power to quell them. A tireless spirit of self-improvement grants the strength to lead the Legion. Pray, show it now.
I believe eventually, this is what they kind of did with the multiplayer route. You can't specifically play with your friends, but if you do have a friend online
Strange power emanates from within.
on your friends list that has this game, you can, I believe, summon their character that they created and play in your game. They can't control them. That's what me and Tim were a little bit frustrated about. Was they set it up like you could have co-op, and then they didn't. They did this, import your friend's character thing in. Right here, the stone told me to explore to find what to do next. So I was looking on the map like, well, what the hell, man? What do I do? And found it out eventually. Run down here. Cutscene.
The beast comes! Hurry!
Alright, so there's apparently a big beast. A big ass beast out here. And they want us to deal with it. And deal with it we shall. If you could hear that, that was my phone going off. Alright, so there's a troll thing. Big green ass Cyclops troll. And he does not like humans very much. Partly because they probably use him about his ugly ass features. Gonna pelt him with arrows here. Again, the arrows seemed a little underpowered to me at the beginning. Not sure if it's just because I'm not that far yet, but the fire arrows there are doing a little bit more damage. Just trying to stay away from him because playing games for 20 plus years has taught me big ass bosses do not hit like pansies. They will hurt you. Right there, I'm climbing around his back. I'm trying to climb up to his head and hit him. And it's being a little bit wonky. It won't let me. I think right there I jumped up and started hitting his head. Right there, he hit me. He turned and struck me with his elbow or his fist. And it took about half my health away with just one hit. So my earlier reluctance to run balls first into that fight and start swinging was probably a good call. And it appears that I've just forgot the lesson I've learned. Actually, he's about to die. I forgot that, so I just figured I'd run in there and finish him off. And with that, he is dead. I just want some friends. And this hooded person shows up. And I don't even know what that was about.
Let us return to
I
the
tried looking around for, oh, is that an important NPC I have to talk to? But could never find her. Him or her, whatever, I don't know. Wearing a hood. Hiding your identity.
We've done as asked.
Gonna go back, talk to the stone guy. And then this, I believe, is where I summon the pawn.
Shall we search the area?
Summon my pawn in. From the demo. Sorry, it's early in the morning.
With that, your trial is complete. You are the arisen in truth, proven beyond any doubt. Now, I bid you select a companion for the journey ahead. They shall serve you, and you alone, to share in your hardships and aid you in every endeavor.
Alright, so this is my pawn that I made from the demo. Just gonna import her. And it does this thing, which I guess is kind of like, it's similar to, it asks you questions, and it helps you pick a class that would be more apt to the playstyle that you want the pawn to be, if you're not familiar with how the classes play yet. I was just picking the ones that I thought would lead to a more melee based. Since I picked the Strider and eventually going to go towards the Magic Archer, I wanted someone who was more melee based that could take damage and get up close. So I picked the Fighter for her, and I'm eventually going to advance her towards the Warrior, I believe it's called. Again, I'm sorry if I if I don't get these class names right, the advanced classes. And give her a big two-handed sword. Let her get in there and wreck some shit. Kind of tank a little bit. Alright, so we got our class picked for our pawn. Saving content. Go away. Let us view the game. There it is. Cutscene. She has the same mark.
Our fealty is sworn to you, Arisen. From this day, the Legion's men called pawns live and die by your command.
Alright, so I guess I've become the leader of the Pawn Legion. And we'll find out what that means in the next video.